Yo, what up, it's Don.
Seemingly here.
Soul Brothers back with a versus video. Very important video. Did they improve the Ultraboost or did they blow it? It's the same price.
$180, which is nice.
Yeah, but they've been doing little iterations, V2, V3. Not much has changed except for the knit pattern, but now they actually fully redid the Ultraboost and they're calling it the Ultraboost 19.
Yes.
Let's see what they changed, what's better. What do we got? This is like a 3.0?
4.0 or 2.0?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, let's start off with the outsole. The outsole, obviously, as you guys know, with the circle pattern in the original Ultraboost is not very not durable.
Yeah.
Like my girl, she blew through hers. Like me, I don't really wear my Ultraboost that much.
Not even running.
Yeah. She just works and walks around in them, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, she blew through hers. I was like, damn. But yeah, so I also haven't like put a lot of like crazy hours in the 4.0, but the 2.0s I did, and it is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also like what do you call it? Kind of like rips off.
Yeah,
like,
definitely not
like
the most
layer.
Yeah, definitely not the most durable outsole. The 19 does seem a little bit more durable, being that there's more surface area. There's actually more rubber.
Yes.
Where the rubber meets the road. And so it almost does look a little thicker too.
I mean, even if it wasn't like, even if it was like the same durability or rubber compound that they use, just because it has more surface area, it's gonna be a little bit more durable.
Yeah.
So that is another plus, and also it does. Yeah, like Donnie Boy just said, it does look a little bit thicker or what? I don't know, man. It looks pretty much the same.
It's more. I think it more so just comes down to it being more surface area.
Yeah.
Because in the thickest parts of both outsoles, they're probably about the same.
Yeah, same thickness.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is another plus. But like, if you hit a wet spot in on a tile area or something like that, you're gonna be slipping.
You're
Not
gone,
the best
dog.
grip ever, but yeah, it's just like your regular Ultraboost.
Yeah.
Like rubber outsole. So there's that.
As far as midfoot torsion system, stable frame, whatever the hell they're calling it, this time around, they did change it a little bit. They said. It definitely looks different. This one is in the 19. It's kind of clear. It looks dope. Has like a pink thing in there. I'm not sure if that's functional or just form or just for looks, but it actually runs through the midsole, which is interesting.
Yes. Same with this though.
Oh, it does.
But yeah, but nonetheless, they're both like plastic.
Right.
They're both plastic. They
see how this one
basically
comes
the same
all
thing.
the way out. It kind of doesn't in this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, it does. It's just clear.
Yeah, it's just clear. It's just
I
an
see
X
it.
bar, but yeah, it does cage it up like here on the original Ultraboost. But other than that, basically it does the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
also on the outsole in the 18, you have a little lip on the rear, little spoiler. Spoiler alert. But you don't have that in the 19.
I guess it helps with a little bit more to give you a little bit more compression, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So let's move on to the cushion, the midsole, which you guys are probably wondering about. So yeah, the 19 is a lot thicker. Lot thicker.
I mean, you can tell just by looking.
Yes.
Sometimes that's deceiving because you're actually sitting below that, but you're pretty much sitting on almost all that.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And
one thing that is weird is I don't know if Adidas does this or with their Boost compound or anything like that, but my boy from Nike, we want to test shoes, but then the Epic React 2.0 came out, if you guys didn't know, and it's like, it looks exactly the same as the 1.0 with like a heel counter. And I was like, he's like, are you going to review? I was like, no, it's the same exact shit. And he's like, no, my Nike guy told me that it's a different blend of React and it's a little bit better than the previous one. So I was like, really? And then I tried it on, he tried it on. It actually feels a lot more soft. It feels a little bit softer. It feels a little bit bouncier as well than the first one. So I was like, why do they do that? Like, why do they, even though it's React, they don't tell us that it's different. Shouldn't they tell us that it's different?
Well, Adidas
Branded as that,
Adidas does do that sometimes. The Pure Boost and the Ultraboost, those are different compounds.
Yeah.
But in this, they haven't said that it's different, but it's definitely different.
Yeah, it feels different. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. They branded it as Boost, but then it feels different.
Yeah.
So like the original Ultraboost, it's like soft and a little squishy, even though like it is thinner, a little bit thinner. Because like if you see in the heel, the Boost does come up to where the caging is.
Yeah.
But like in the original, it just stops right here. So but it is it is a little softer, a little bit squishier.
You can bottom out like really quick.
Yeah.
In the 18.
Yeah.
In the 19, you're not gonna bottom out.
Yeah.
It's pretty I don't know. It's just weird. It's like firmer, bouncier, less definitely, but it's still soft. It's just a big slab in crazy impact protection in the heel.
Yeah, really, really crazy. Also, the insole is different. Like in the original Ultraboost, it is like a really shit paper stock insole, but then the 19 is a little bit better. Also, the stroke board is different. I don't know. To me, the 19 feels a little softer. I mean, the netted stroke board is still nice, and you can definitely feel the Ultraboost or the boost underneath your foot. But then in the claw stroke board or whatever in the 19, you can definitely feel the boost a little bit better. I would say underneath your foot, so that's a little bit more comfortable as well. But for me, yeah, I would say I like the 19 a little bit better.
Me too.
Yeah, like just it's not as like soft, which I kind of like better because like it's I don't know, it's still soft but like a little firmer. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's firmer than this, but still like really soft. I'm thinking maybe it's because you can feel the boost a little bit better underneath your foot. That's why it feels a little bit softer. But then like as far as compression goes, it doesn't have as much compression, or it doesn't feel like as much compression as the original. So we like the 19 better.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to the upper. They did change it up a little bit. It's still prime knit versus prime knit, but they did switch up the knit a little bit.
Yeah, like Boost, you switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So, the 4.0 and the 2.0 are like really soft and stretchy, like real stretchy in the forefoot, which is kind of annoying because like when you're walking, and then you kind of go like this, you can definitely feel like it's not as supportive. And it just feels kind of weird, But the 19, they did stiffen it up in the toe area. Yeah. It feels a little nicer and a little bit more like supportive, It
does. It even feels a little rougher to the touch. Yeah. Definitely not as soft. I mean, it feels more like a shoe. In the Ultraboost, sometimes you almost feel like you're wearing a sock. Yeah. With a slab underneath it. This feels a little bit more shoe-like. Dare I say? It's still a one booty upper. Yeah. You have the external TPU heel counter that has changed. In the 19, it's kind of just more of a frame or an outline, and then you have just more of just a traditional heel counter in the previous models.
What do you like better? I like 19 a little bit.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and as far as flipping it on, they're both really easy. You have heel tabs in both of them, so you just stretch it out a little bit, and you slide your foot in, and I love it.
And the caging is different too. In the 19, you have this mesh panel. Yes. And then in the previous models, it's not a full panel and it's a thicker plastic. Yeah. So it's also just like thinner, probably lighter material in the 19. Yeah. I would assume.
Yeah. So materials, they're on the same. Besides, I guess, the stretchiness. And if you like a really stretchy upper, go with the original one. But if you want more of like a stiffer, rougher upper, even though it's still soft, it's just a little bit more supportive, go with the 19. Yeah. Alright, moving on to the fit. Alright, so the width-wise, I'd say they're both the same, like pretty damn narrow. Yeah. But the Ultraboost, I went true to my Adidas size. The 19 runs a little long, so go down half a size from your Adidas size if you want.
If you have a narrow foot.
If you have a narrow foot.
If you're a fat footer, you're kind of screwed.
Or you probably shouldn't even get the Ultraboost, to be honest. But if you really want it, yeah. But anyways, fit, we're pretty much the same. Yeah. Pretty much the same, so.
Yeah, which is good for us, unless you have a big foot. Then I've had people who have somewhat of a wide foot and they literally can't even wear the shoe.
Exactly.
So there's that.
All right. Let's move on to the weight. All right, so 9.77 for the 2.0s. That's like what, 10 point something? 10.41. Let's try the 4.0. 9.49. So basically like 0.7 ounces to an ounce lighter, the original one, which is not a huge deal, I don't think. But weight wise, the 19 it doesn't feel heavier, but it just feels a little bit bulkier underneath your foot. That's all.
Yeah. None of the Ultraboosts feel like the most minimal, lightest casual runner. Yeah. Nike's kind of in charge of that category right now, but nonetheless, it's still pretty light. Yes. Ventilation, I feel, is a little better than 19.
I don't know. Like the 19 was still a little hot for me. Right. But yeah, the 4.0 is like, this is a really warm shoe. But then it's not waterproof, so when it gets wet, your feet get super cold, which kind of sucks. But yeah, the 19, I don't know, like it felt a little bit cooler, but still like pretty warm. So if you want like a really well ventilated shoe, especially for the summer, since summer's coming up, you should probably try a different shoe, maybe like the Epic React or something. But yeah, it is still pretty warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aesthetics.
I like the 19. I'd say I like the 19 a little bit better.
I'm big time leaning towards the previous
original,
ones.
really? I don't know.
There's something so iconic about these.
Really?
And I feel like these are dope. I like them, but I feel like they just, I don't know. There's nothing iconic about it to me.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the caging on the 19, but other than that, I like the shoe overall better.
I like the heel counter a lot better.
Yeah.
I think that's a dope look. I wish they would have kept, the cage.
Yeah.
It's just aesthetically, I like the cage better in the previous ones.
Yes.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, but overall, same price. What's more comfortable? We'd say the 19. I just like the supportive, like you get a little bit more support from the upper in the 19, and the cushion is a little bit better. Also, something that I forgot to mention is that the forefoot is a little bit better as well on the 19. So a little bit easier to feel. But yeah, we'd say 19.
Yeah, 19 for the win. Both are pretty expensive, but this is the new. Great redesign.
Yes.
Go ahead and cop. Links are down below. Thanks for tuning in, Soul Brothers. We'll catch you in the next one later.
Peace.